I hope you all had a nice cup of coffee and that you had a chance to mingle and meet the entrepreneurs or the investors or maybe some of the journalists that are here today. Our next speaker is the co-founder and chairman of Cleantech Scandinavia. What he will give you today is some really interesting statistics, facts, and trends within the clean tech industry that I think we are all very interested to hear. Please, Mr. Alexander Lidgren.
Thank you. Lidgren, yeah. Hello, everybody. My name is Alexander. I was very impressed also by Olivia's journey, I must say. It made me think of an old Nordic saying, I think it is, that the Vikings did not get their muscles rowing with the wind, but against the wind. I think that was very much true for her. It seems that she has been struggling a lot. And that was also an inspiration to me, actually, since I'm also in a way trying to grow a company, Cleantech Scandinavia. This is my challenging task of the day, to try to give you an image of this in 2 minutes. Now, I have a little more, actually, but I'll try to do this quite quickly, actually. I have a jam-packed presentation, so you need to hold on to your seats, everyone. Start with a little bit about us. I'll go through some deals that have been made over the last 2 years and also the latest trends in 2009 in Nordic Cleantech. We've gone through patents in the clean tech industry over the last 20 years. We've gone through a lot of later stage companies in Finland and Sweden, because I know a lot of investors are interested in finding later stage expansion opportunities. And of course, I'll try to make some sort of an outlook into the future. This is what we are about. We think it's a good idea to have a network in this industry that does some of the work for you. So the members get events like this one, business intelligence reports, and deal flow from us. And these are some of the members, or actually these are all the members. They are a majority of the Nordic Cleantech investment community. We also think it's a good idea. I'll go directly into deals that have been made in this sector. So if you take a look at this graph, it shows that it's been quite an expansive growth in the number of investments and also in deals, a doubling, more than a doubling in the number of deals and almost a doubling in amounts. Perhaps not surprisingly, energy-related technologies seem to be, most companies are within those segments and they attract the most investments. And during these years, most of the investments have been at the seed and commercialization phase. There have not been that many expansion companies to invest in. And as you see, the bright green up there, for 202 deals, for example, that's public money actually going into the sector. And a lot of that is in the seed stages. So the public side is actually taking quite a role here in the seed stages of clean tech development. Same trends are actually for all the Nordic countries. We'll go through all these countries when we do these. And Sweden is a bit ahead in terms of both amounts and number of deals. I took some noticeable Nordic deals in 2009 to show you, partly to show you a little bit what is happening here. There is an increasing international interest, as you will see here. A few international investors, such as Good Energies of UK, that are actually investing now. Go back to that one. And also to show you that the amounts are actually increasing. There are a few companies now that are attracting significant amounts. And that's a difference, I think, in 2009 as compared to other years. More deals with larger amounts. And I think it's also probably a consequence of the economic slump we have been in, that investors tend to focus their money on a few big investments, knowing that those companies might not need follow-up investments for a while. Northern Solar, Revolt, rechargeable batteries, Sterling, biomass fueled energy, to few examples. Another few examples here, also quite big investments that I bring up to show this trend that is pretty clear in 2009. PowerCell of Sweden, fuel cell technology, and Eniram, energy efficiency for vessels. I also brought up Project Better Place from the US, don't know if all of you have heard of it. It's a project that aims to do a build-up of charging stations for electrical vehicle batteries. And they got 103 million euro from Dong Energy. So it actually shows that there's still quite often bigger money being invested in US firms. So after 3 quarters in 2009, we have just finished some preliminary things that we can already see. The total amount is already bigger than 2007. So it might actually be that we reach the amounts that we had in 2008, which would in itself, I think, be very remarkable, considering the economic climate that we have been. The amounts of deals, however, will be fewer, since there are fewer small seed deals taking place in 2009. As you see there. This means that a lot of seed companies are actually struggling a bit. The ones that are seeking small amounts to get their company started, get their proof of concept. Commercialization as well is a difficult stage. Of course, if you have proven customers and are looking to expand internationally, a lot of investors are in reality waiting with money in that stage. A few big segments that I bring up. Solar, you saw a few investment examples. Wind, a number of companies have gained venture capital, and battery technologies will all be big segments in 2009. And to show that the international interest seems to continue, and it's actually now a lot of investment companies with allocated capital to the Nordic countries. And I think before it has been a lot of looking around to see what this sector is about, but a lot of them have now actually started to invest, and more are following, looking for investment opportunities in the Nordics. And Norway will probably be the country that attracts the largest sums of investment in 2009. Sweden will have the most amounts of deals, I think. Later stage, I thought I'd do a quick overview of this, because I know a lot of investors are interested in these stages. And we have gone through some 2,000 companies from Finland and Sweden to look for expansion opportunities, investment opportunities. So companies that both have an innovative technology, a willingness to grow, and are reaching profitability. And we asked them a number of questions to get in their profiles, their investment profiles. And one of them is this, how they characterize their management team. So I thought I'd share the results. If we compare Sweden and Finland, a few more Finns think that their management team is complete. So that says something about the Finnish companies or about the Finnish mentality. I don't know which it is yet. Experience is needed for a lot of the teams. And business development and marketing skills is another characteristic that they seem to lack or want more expertise in. Interestingly enough, but perhaps not so surprising, is that hardly any lack technical expertise in the team. So quite technology skilled and driven, probably, these teams. I should say that we boiled those 2,000 companies down to 100, removing companies that did not have expansion and growth plans or did not have an innovative solution, etc. We contacted some 200 companies to get in profiles. We ended up with 100. Prospective markets, I think of interest to see how they view their markets. Bring up the Sweden statistics first. EU minus UK, because we knew UK would be a big market, so we excluded that actually. So this is naturally apart from their home market in their own country. So it's the other EU countries. And then it's the Nordics. So a lot of them might see actually other EU countries more natural than the Nordics. UK, clearly a big export market. North America as well. Big markets like China and India, a bit lower on the scale. So they are naturally not applicable to some of the companies. They might not feel ready yet for those markets. If you compare this to Finland, you will see that the numbers are fairly similar until we reach number 4. So I don't know if it's the geographical distance or something, but Russia is clearly higher when it comes to Finnish cleantech companies as a prospective market, and North America significantly lower. So I thought that was an interesting difference in the numbers.